Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. This is Paul, otherwise known here on YouTube as Botimus, and I haven't done this in a little while. This is another episode of What's Up with the Botimus. I'm going to just talk to you today about some of the things that have been going on, some of the updates and things of that nature for you guys so that you can stay informed about what's going on with the channel here. As you, many of you know, I have recently got a second job, and it's funny, people talk about how, well, oh, stop being so sad, you had to get a real job. Well, my real job is really fun. I absolutely love doing it. What's funny to me is people say that I need to get a real job, and it's like, what's your definition of a real job, first of all? Because my second job, which people will say is my real job, feels fun. I love doing it. I'm not going to tell anybody what it is. I'm keeping it private, just because. Oh, hi, Gracie. Just for my own personal safety and things like that. I know that sounds weird, but I have been approached and seen in public previously, and this is a fairly public location, and I don't necessarily want. Not that it would be bad if it happened. Just safety. I'm sure you guys understand. But the most exciting aspect is that I still get to interact with people. I still get to entertain and have a good time with them. So it's something that I'm really very happy to be able to do. There was one reviewer who doesn't like me very much, who basically said something like, "Oh, well, how are you going to find a job when the past 10 years all you've done is YouTube? You're not going to find a real..." Well, to be honest, sir, I got the job instantly because of what I do on YouTube. So, sorry, your attacks on me were pretty pointless. This is just me. I'm talking to you guys. I'm just being honest and just forthright with you guys. It was a terrific experience to go through the interview process, which literally was one day. When they saw that I was on YouTube and that I have that kind of experience, it was exactly what they were looking for. So it actually helped me in getting the job. So no, it's not working flipping burgers. No, I'm not working at Walmart or something crazy like that. When I wanted to get a second job, I wanted it to be something that I would enjoy doing. So that was one criteria I set for myself in looking for a job. This was the first one that I thought of, and it worked out. So I have been working there for the past 2 weeks, I'd say, and it's been stressful in the fact that I'm learning a whole bunch of new stuff, and it's tiring in that respect. But it is a real job, and I absolutely love it. It's fun. But as many of you know, because of it, it's cutting back a lot of videos that I'm able to do. I get off work, I come home, I spend time with my family, my cats and my wife, eat dinner, and then basically go to bed because I have to get up early in the morning. So I don't have a lot of free time right now to be doing a lot of videos. I am finishing up one right now because I'm off today and tomorrow. So hopefully I'll be able to get a bunch of stuff done. So when I'm not working at the other job, I'm here doing YouTube stuff. And it's tough because I'm not able to go through. And the biggest thing that has changed is public relations, is what I call it, and analytics. I'm not able to study the videos that I've uploaded before, see what are actually doing well, which ones are trending for me, which tags are being, which ones are working better, where my drop-offs are happening. A lot of that stuff that you guys don't see. It's not just a matter of taking a toy and reviewing it. To be successful, there's a lot of other stuff that goes on behind the scenes that works with reviewing the toy to make it successful. So public relations, I love interacting with comments. I read almost 90% of them, I'd say, and I get hundreds a day, so I go through and I like read them. I don't reply to all of them, but I read a lot of them, and I like doing that. It allows me to stay connected with you guys, and it's actually a fun aspect. I do like doing it, and every now and then people will say that they don't like how rude I am to some people. Well, ultimately what happens is, you know, and they like, why don't you just ignore those comments? Well, I could, and a lot of times I do. Most of the time you don't even see me replying to someone because I just delete the comments if they're like completely ridiculously rude. So a lot of that work that I do that you don't necessarily see, I've had to stop doing because I don't have the time to do it. So talking to a lot of people, doing a lot of online stuff, Twitter, Facebook, I'm not as active on those places. I just don't have the time to do it. So it's very unfortunate because it's an aspect that I really do like, but I still want to try to produce content, so I've had to adjust some things. Part of also is I don't have a lot of stuff right now. There's not much stuff that I have to review, so that's also kind of delayed some things. So I do have, you can see that I just finished working on, oh, you can probably tell that that's Starscream. So that's hopefully going to be coming up tomorrow. I filmed it yesterday. I finished editing it today, and I'm going to upload it as soon as I possibly can. So that's one aspect. So I'm really excited about the new job. I'm having a lot of fun with it, but it has caused me to reduce some content. So thank you guys for sticking around. The other thing that I want to talk about is why I had to get a second job. A lot of you guys know about the change in the algorithm of YouTube, and there is some truth to that I have made less money, and not a terrible amount, but in terms of a business standpoint, what I basically do is with what a lot of businesses will do. You take your profit, your income at the end of the month, and you reinvest it. So when I get paid, at least half of what I make goes towards buying new product, pre-orders, things of that nature. So it's all budgeted in things like that. So, and then the rest goes to pay my bills. My bills get paid first and foremost. That's never been a problem. I always make sure that my bills are paid. What comes after that, though, is what keeps this channel alive and going. So I earn my money. Pardon me, that was gross. I earn my money, I pay my bills, and then whatever's left is what I will turn around and buy a new figure with. A lot of people think that I get a lot of free stuff. I do not get a lot of free stuff, guys. I can tell you I have gotten free stuff. I don't get a lot of free stuff, unlike some other reviewers who do get a lot of free stuff. I don't like taking free stuff because it allows me, number one, it allows me to maintain a level of integrity when I review something. People will say, well, you like everything that you review. That's because the stuff that I want is what I get. I don't buy stuff that I don't have an interest in. So there's not a lot of negative stuff that's going to be coming out of my channel. It's stuff that I like. So it's going to be skewed in a more positive thing, if that makes sense. But I don't get a lot of free stuff because I want to stay honest with my reviews. And another side thing that a lot of people don't know is that because this is my job and buying this is part of my job, this is something that I can write off on my taxes. So by paying for it, I can write it off on my taxes. If I get it for free, I can't write it off on my taxes. So, well, I could, but then if I'm ever audited, it's a whole nother thing. So I'm able to pay my bills, and then all my extra money gets reinvested back into the business. And that's buying figures, and things of that nature. So then after that, whatever is left over is my play money. That's the money that I will use to take my wife out for a weekend or something like that. So while all my bills are being paid, what has reduced drastically because of the algorithm or whatever change that YouTube has made, it has prevented me from buying a lot of stuff. I don't have the extra money outside of paying my bills to buy a lot of extra stuff or even take my wife out. Our 5-year anniversary was this past year, or past November. I wasn't even able to do anything. I wanted to take her somewhere, and I wasn't. Oh, Gracie's being cute. I wasn't able to do any of that stuff, and I'm not asking for sympathy. And the hurt video that I posted was me basically expressing how disappointed I am that this has changed. It wasn't that, oh, poor you, I have to get a new job. I didn't mind that. I've always said that if I ever got to the point where I couldn't pay my bills, I would get another job. I didn't want to get to the point where I had to sell everything that I've worked so hard to collect and buy over time. So, you know, unlike other people who have needed to get a second job and basically haven't, or are having a harder time with it, they're selling their stuff. I didn't want to get to that point. So the change has happened for whatever reason. We're making less money, and it's not even less views. My views are roughly about the same. I get about between, depending on the day, I'll say that, you know, because like Mondays are really slow, but Fridays and Saturdays are very busy. I'd say between 50,000 to 100,000 views a day. And it varies in between that time. You know, so Wednesday might have 60,000. Thursday might have 80,000. It's just, you know, 50 to 100 is the average per day that I get. And the views have been consistent. It's just how they're paying us for them, or whatever the algorithm has changed. So there's been a push for crowdfunding. Patreon is a big thing, and several of you are patrons of mine, and you know how much I appreciate it. And I have some stuff, I'm going to get into that here in a bit, but it's really pushing towards crowdsourcing so that we don't have to rely on advertisers. We can still produce content for you guys because you're directly helping us. That's a huge thing and helps out a lot. Another thing has recently happened, I don't know if you've seen it on the news, that, and it actually did happen to me on one of my videos. A lot of advertisers are pulling their ads on YouTube, and there's actually like a boycott going on with a lot of advertisers, huge ones, you know, Pepsi, AT&T, Verizon, like huge companies that would advertise on YouTube are pulling their ads because of a whole they don't want necessarily to advertise their product on what they're deeming questionable content. So, here's the example. So, my video was flagged, and it was deemed inappropriate for advertisers. It was my video review of the BotCon Terror Sword, which the name Terror is what flagged it, and monetization was turned off. Now, I can appeal that and then have an actual real person look at it and say, okay, this video is actually okay. But this has happened to a lot of people. I think it was either Pia or Evangelist I saw on Twitter. They had a review of the White Power Ranger. So the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the White Ranger. And it said White Power on it. And it was flagged because it said White Power. It just took that snippet and demonetized it. So that's happening to a lot of people. And because of all that stuff, a lot of advertisers are saying, I don't want to advertise, and it's their right. That's perfectly fine. They can say that. I don't want to advertise my product on a video that is promoting hate speech or anything of that nature. And right now, a lot of advertisers are boycotting YouTube, and they're pulling their ads, and when there's less ads to be put on videos, there's less revenue for it. So, and I've noticed that in this past month of March. So, I mean, like, if revenues were already going down, it's going down even more now because of this boycott. So it's hurting creators even more because of this. Now, they're talking about hiring new people, more real people that can actually look at this and reevaluate if a video is actually suitable for advertisers. I did appeal my Pterosaur video, and the ads were re-enabled on it, so that's fine. But like for a day, there were no ads on that video. So whatever I made on it, I don't get that back. It's not like they're going to reimburse me for it. So those are two things that are really hurting content creators right now. And because I'm in a situation where I buy a lot of my stuff I've had to really adjust, and that's where getting a second job has helped, and that's where Patreon really does help. So going into that aspect, an update for you guys, for patrons. You have until tomorrow, or I want to say like the 1st, like the 31st, the end of the month, like the very last day is the 31st, but you can do it all day on the 31st. On the 1st, which is Saturday, you won't be eligible for it. So if you sign up to be a patron of mine, I have several things that I'm giving away. Now, first up, one person, I have to get these, one person who contributes $1. I did not do videos on these. I didn't have time to do them, and they were just given to me. But I have these little Dinobot guys. These are the DX09 Dinobots. So if you contribute $1 or more, but a minimum of $1, gets you eligible to be put in the drawing for these figures. So one person will win these. Again, minimum contribution of $1. It's, like I said many times, it's like a raffle of sorts. Another winner will win my Human Alliance, I keep showing this, Human Alliance Soundwave. Now, I do not have Dylan Gould or Laserbeak with this. I don't know what I did with those. If they ever come up in storage, I will send them out to you. No questions asked. But you get the figure just as it is. So this whole thing, $1 again. So I try making it a little bit easy for people. Some things do get a little bit more expensive to ship and stuff, so I do up the minimum contribution. But for $1, one person will win the Dinobots, those 3 Dinobots. One person will win this. Again, minimum contribution of only $1. Now, talking about the higher tiered ones, I have one. I have a cat. Say hi. Say hi. You want to say hi? No? What are you doing? No? She's just bugging me, so I'm going to bug her back. So, for a minimum contribution of $3, so if you can only do $1, you won't be eligible for these, but you will be eligible for the other ones. So a minimum contribution of $3 will get you eligible to win this guy, Megatron, the one from 3-0, the amazing figure. I'm actually not going to be keeping this because I have the Prime 1 Studios one, but this is one that I figured that somebody would actually love to have in their collection. But that's not it. You can't have Megatron, you can't have the good guy, or you can't have the bad guy without having the good guy. So also, you will be eligible to win Optimus Prime. One person will win both of these, Optimus and Megatron. Minimum contribution of $3. That's it. So if you contribute $3, you'll be eligible for those and the dollar ones. So you're all in there. Again, I want to try giving back as much as possible to my content creators. There's other perks that that are open to you and stuff, but the giveaways are something that I like doing. It's so that you get something. So even if you contribute $1, which is at most $12 a year, this figure is worth more than $12. So you could potentially win this and only pay $12 over the course of a year for it. It's not something that's required. If you choose not to be a patron, that's absolutely fine. It's not something that I'm going to force on anybody. It's just, if you appreciate my content, you want to help contribute to it, help me to continue to provide content to everybody in the world, these are little things that I do to give back to you so that you can have something for your contribution outside of just watching my videos. So that's it. I can't think of anything else. If you guys have any questions or anything, leave me a comment. The next couple days, like I said, I will be able to go through my comments, and I'm going to pay attention to these ones. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll get to them as quickly as possible. To sign up for Patreon, it's patreon.com/Optibotimus. All that stuff, I'll put the links down in the video description. You can sign up and you can check that out. But if you don't, no content is actually going to be withheld from you. So it's not like I'm not going to post a video that only you guys will see. Sometimes I post behind the scenes kind of stuff, but that's not actual reviews or anything. So you're never going to miss out on that. Like I said, these are just ways to be able to give back to you. Or sometimes when I buy something with what a patron contributes to me, I'll use that. Like if I don't necessarily want to keep it in my collection, but I know that people will want to see a video on it, I will use my Patreon money to buy that to be able to do it. I never, and that's one other thing I want to touch on real quick. I never, ever, ever, ever use the Patreon money to pay my bills. It's not supporting me personally. It's just helping produce, or helping to buy more items to produce content for you, if that makes sense. I don't pay my car payment with it, or my cell phone bill, or anything like that. It goes towards buying new stuff that I can make videos on for you. So hopefully that answers some of that. I've been talking now for 20 minutes. Hopefully that answers some of your guys' questions. If you have more, like I said, feel free, shoot me a message, and I'll get to it. But that's it. That's what's up with the Botimus. I do have, like I said, I do have another video that I'm working on that should be up tomorrow. I got a few other things that I got in the mail that I'm going to try working on this weekend, or tomorrow, because I actually work this weekend. I'm off only today and tomorrow. And then the 12th, I think it is, or maybe it's the 19th. The Wednesday, either the 12th or 19th is when I'll have the review of the Botimus Looks Back on Blackout. So you have that to look forward to as well. So thanks, guys. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your understanding. Look forward to talking to you. Remember, I love you guys. You guys make everything possible. I can't ever thank you enough. So until next time, I hear the landscaper, so it's a good time to wrap up because it's about to get very noisy. But until next time, guys, thank you for tuning in. I'll talk to you later.